And then let's continue with our chapter 23, which is the operations management. In this module, we are actually talk about the controlling, right? Planning and then the controlling, and then with a focus of operation. When we talk about agribusiness, our primary focus, actually, it is operation. All the time, we talk about the production, manufacturing, agricultural production, manufacturing, and then later on, we realize that those are narrow definition. Operation is more representative to all this, let's say that the activities we have in this agribusiness. We have many agribusiness organizations, they are the supporting or the service sector. So we switch it to the operation. If you go to this restaurant, you go to the grocery store, right? So mainly we talk about the operation. All right, so in this chapter, we will talk about first, we will talk about what is the operation management. And then we will talk about the planning function, organizing function, the controlling function. You ask, hey, where is the leading function, right? The manager's four functions, leading by default. Leading is leading is throughout all those processes. But we have a focus on the function. Which function? Operation. So whatever, it's a restaurant or grocery store, we need to have the standardized operation procedure, SOP, right, to guide us. And then also we have something like the quality, right? It can be the product quality, it can be the service quality. This is all quality related. And then don't forget, we have also this so-called the financial performance or the financial report. You probably think, hey, we have the financial report, we have the income statement, or we call this a P&L statement. It is measure our main operation, right? Our revenue, what business you do, right? This is your revenue, your revenue of your operation, right? And then your cost of your operation. So this is the financial report. Anyway, so this is, when we talk about this operation management, we will focus on organizing, planning, and then the controlling, those three functions, but not the leading, right? Leading, we leave it later. And the very last, we will talk about the technology management. So what is the operation management, right? So actually use the diagram, it's easy to explain. Let's say the operational activity we use to transform the resource, transform the input into the output, let's say products or service. Let's say a producer, we have the raw material, go through this manufacturing process. If we are in the service sector, we buy those goods, right? Pack the goods like a grocery store, and then you don't change it. You just turn it into, let's say that they put on the shelf and then you sell it. We use the labor, right? The labor as the resource, and then we sell our products. Actually, if we talk about meat or fish departments, actually not only labor, we also transform the raw material. The other thing is we are adding values on that. This is operation. That's why your operation can bring you revenue. Your operation can bring us, the operation can bring us the profit. The initial, let's say, definition when we talk about the operation, they don't use operation early time. They use them, either we call this production, like agricultural production, or the manufacturing. The transform the resource into tangible is the key word. The tangible outcome or the tangible output, and then sell it to others. And then later on, we change it to operation. The operation including tangible and then intangible. What is intangible? Service is intangible. In the restaurant, we sell food as well, right? But there are more intangible output, right? So what is intangible? Chef, waiter, waitress, their service. Take a look at this diagram. When we talk about the operation management, what we are managing, primary focus. Actually, operation management is mainly focused on the transforming process. When we talk about control, we control what? We control from the beginning to the end. So the secondary focus is everything. This model is what we call the system model. This is the external environment, supply. This is the customer. We are receiving the feedback from internal. So this is open system. Allow me to say the reason why we talk about operation management. As I say, hey, this is the controlling. But actually, as I said, that as a agribusiness company or as a company, what you really control, So you would say, hey, by different functions, we can control many things. But you have your core business. If you talk about like young brands, there's a chain restaurant. They sell pizza, they sell KF fried chicken. The restaurant, this is their core business. So if you talk about the Walmart, Publix, Aldi, they are the grocery. This is their core business. So actually, we control their core business. Needless to say, agribusiness, those companies, they are running the restaurant, they are running the grocery, and then you say, hey, they are doing very well on the financial market. They are doing very well on those, let's say, the stock investments, right? Or they are very good at this cryptocurrency, speculation. I think this is wrong, right? They're sending the wrong message. Not saying it is not allowed. Let's say stick on the core business. Operation management, this is managing our core operation, our core business, right? So when we talk about the quality, when we talk about the quantity, right, efficiency, effectiveness, the operation means a lot, right? I was from a, let's say, grocery chain, wholesale, retail chain. And then actually, when we talk about the operation, we talk about sales, right? We are talking about the quality. We are talking about the sales amount, okay? And then we talk about the margin, gross margin, or EBIT, EBIT, right? The earning before income tax. Once you talk about the sales operation, you have to talk about the financial performance, right? So simply speaking, your sales minus your cost, this is your gross margin. Your gross margin minus all this expense, right? You have the HR, you have other, let's say, admin expense. This become your, let's say, net income. Break even is the bottom line. So in our project, we talk about like how we can, turn this negative income into the positive income. Try to set the break even as the target. The break even is the first step, and then you figure out how to make more money. If this is for the next period, this is the controlling phase. But if this is for the next year, this will affect not only your planning, right? Not only your operational plan, but also your strategic plan. Your company is losing money. Instead of talk about the planning, we needed to think about the strategy, how we adjust, how we change our strategy, what strategy we should, apply. You cannot say, hey, we do nothing. Back to our management simulation project. That project is for the operation management, landscape operation management. Keep that in mind. Operation management, again, this is the big topic. Underneath, we have the process. Usually we talk about the operation or the SOP, standard operating procedure. And then we have different function, underneath this operation, we have different department, different functions. For example, procurement, we call goods receiving, or stock management team, the sales team. Probably you also have like this delivery team. We will have the quality management. And then sometimes you will see there will be also some other functions to support this operation. Anyway, when we talk about operation, we talk about the efficiency, we talk about the effectiveness, right? So this is we talk about the process, the procedure, standardize the procedure, how we measure the efficiency or the effectiveness using those financial reports or simply P&L. We start from P&L. So in this case, that I would focus on only one financial report, which is the P&L, the income statement. First report you have to understand is the P&L.